Okay, we're now going to go over the Chapter 7 test. This is part 1 of the Chapter 7 test. The question number 1 is that it asks you to find the slope of the line containing the points 4, 8, and negative 3, 3. So I'm going to have Emily come up and do it. She's going to figure out what formula we use and how to solve it.
It's 3, and then you subtract 8 over negative 3, and then you subtract 4. And then it's negative 5 over negative 7. And then because it was negative, it makes it positive. So it's 5 over 7.
Yeah, write it again. Equals 5 over 7. Good. And notice now, can you point to the x1, y1? 4, 8 is x1, y1. And negative 3, 3 is x2, y2. And then the formula, could you write the formula down? Just so that everybody sees it right above that. Right above 3 minus 8, right. M equals. What is the formula, guys?
y2 minus y1.
Yeah, y2 minus y1 over?
x2 minus x1.
Right, you guys remember that, right?
Yeah.
Good. Good. So that's the question, that's the answer. And that's number 1. Okay, for question number 2, you had to take this equation and find the slope and y-intercept of it. So you had to manipulate it first to find the slope, m, and the y-intercept. And then graph the solution set using the slope and y-intercept. So using the information that you found, then you had to graph it. So the first step we did is what? Yeah, Ron's got it. We're going to add 3x on both sides so that we isolate y, so we can get it in what form?
Slope intercept. Y equals.
There you go. And once you have it in that form, you can then, all right? So we add 3x on both sides, and we get 5y equals 3x plus 10. What's our next step? Jonathan? Next step? Good. Divide everything by 5, folks. And we get what? Y equals, Raman?
3 over 5x plus 2.
Good. 3 over 5x plus 2. Now, are we done so far? What have we got here? How do we process that information? If we write y equals mx plus b right underneath it, then we're going to be in good shape, right? Because we're going to be able to recognize what our m is and what our b is. Are we zoomed in quite a bit? Make sure we're zoomed right in. So what is our m? Well, look. What's our m, Charlie?
3/5.
3/5. Here's a good way to do it. Just circle the thing. That's the whole point of putting this right underneath. What's our b? Our y-intercept? 2. So we write that down. m equals 3/5. b equals 2. We make no mistake. There's no way we're going to mess it up now. So now we're going to go ahead and graph it. Let me do a graph up here. Okay? How do we use this information to graph this? What's the first bit of information we're going to use?
Plot 2.
Plot 2. Y2. And where do we plot it? Kia? What is 2? The y-intercept? Where would that go? Up here, right? 1, 2. So there's our first point. The y-intercept b, okay, equals 2. So from there, now that we have a point, what other information do we have that we can use?
Your slope.
The slope, the 3 over 5. So where do we go? What does it say? Taylor, you go rise over run, right? And which way is the first part? 3, up, down, left, right? Up, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So we go 3, and then over which way? To the right, 5. Good. So 1, 2, 3. and then 5 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be right here.
Very nice.
And then we draw a line. Probably a different color. There's our line, a little wobbly, but not bad nevertheless. And we have to always label our lines, right? So we're going to label that y equals 3x or 3/5 x, okay, plus 2. And we're pretty much done. So to get the points you needed on this question, there were 3 points to this question. You had to go ahead and solve for y equals mx plus b to get a point. You had to recognize what the slope and y-intercept were, and then you had to graph it to get your full marks. All right, everybody, this is number 3 on the Chapter 7 test. It reads like this. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that has a slope of -1/6 and passes through the point 5, 2. What do we do? Slope-intercept form? What is slope-intercept form?
Y equals mx plus
Y equals mx plus b. Slope, intercept, b, right? Yeah? Good. So, but do we have the intercept?
No.
No. We have a point though. It might help. So our first step is, let's write y equals mx plus b. Good. What can we fill in that equation from the information that's given? Yes, Emily?
You have 2 as y.
You have 2 as y.
And 5 as x.
Yeah.
And they tell us the slope. So that's -1/6.
Yeah.
And then you just have to figure out.
Right, so this is x, and this is y, and this is the slope, m. And so we can put those in there. So we've got y is 2 equal to, okay, times 5 plus b. And we can put this -1/6 in for there. And we're well on our way to solving this. What do we get? We have to use fractions. Jonathan?
5 and -1/6.
That's right. So you get 2 equals -5 over 6. Okay. Plus b. Okay, what's our next step, Jonathan? Right, Jonathan, you add 5, 6. We're solving for b. On both sides. And what do we get? We get b equals, right? Now, all we have to deal with is the fraction. What's 2 plus 5, 6? Well, 2 plus 5, 6 is different ways to say it. It's 2 and 5, 6. That's one way to say it. Or 17 over 6. Either way, okay? Have you zoomed in on that?
Yeah.
So we're not done yet though, are we? Because all we found is the y-intercept. We still have to figure out, we still have to write an equation in slope-intercept form. So what's our next step? We're getting closer. We have our b now. We were given m in the beginning. So what can we do to figure this out and finish it off?
You put in b,
Put in b where?
and then y is mx plus b.
Which y? Back in here?
Yeah.
But we already did that. We used it up. Can we do it again?
Yeah.
Really? We just write it again?
Yes.
Really? Well, y equals mx plus b must be kind of special, huh?
Yeah, such a bond with Charles.
Hey, Charlie.
An ET bond.
So, right on. So we put our m in there, m goes in there, and the b from there, right? And we go ahead and proceed, and we figure it out. We get y equals -1/6 plus 17 over 6. And are we done? Or do we have to do something else? What did the question ask us?
Write an equation.
To write an equation in slope-intercept form?
Did we?
Yes.
We did.
Yeah, we
We're done.